Hello, my name is Nicola Sainty. I'm a professional nutrition coach and I'd like to share the essentials you need in your diet to stay well whilst eating well on a budget. We need the three big macronutrients in our diet to function: carbohydrates, protein, and fats. Without them, we cannot operate properly and start to get ill. We also need micronutrients, which are essential vitamins and minerals, without which we develop disease. A classic example here is vitamin D deficiency in children, where bones don't form properly and rickets develop, with a strong visual reminder of bowed and bent legs. It's not as common these days as it used to be, but shows what damage the long-term lack of just one vitamin can do. It's vital in these digital times where Xbox games or Netflix keep the kids glued to the TV indoors, and they need to balance it off with being outside to get the benefit from the sun, the best source of vitamin D. So let's talk about the three big macronutrients first then, starting with carbohydrates, which can be easily split into two distinct categories: the healthy and the very unhealthy. Obvious to state, but let's get the unhealthy out of the way from the start, which include pastries, pasties, chocolates, sweets, cakes, sausage rolls, pies and crisps. And this is because they're void of nutrition and just a source of calories. These types of food have been processed and stripped of fibre and nutrients, so in other words, vitamins and minerals have been lost. Seeing as the nutrition is removed, we're left with only one thing: simple sugars. With no fibre, the sugars are quickly absorbed into your body, promoting diabetes and making us fat. If you do have these, keep them to a minimum and make the majority healthy carbohydrates like fruit, vegetable and whole grains. Pick up what you can, when you can, in any fresh fruit and veg. Frozen is just as good. The main point is to get as much in as you possibly can, as this is your source of vitamin C and fibre. We all know that vitamin C is essential for the immune system, so more important now than ever. But did you also know that a lack of it can cause bleeding gums, saggy skin, and loads more unpleasant symptoms? And if you smoke, be mindful because you use up vitamin C more quickly than non-smokers, so you'll have an even higher requirement. You should aim for at least 5 portions of fruits and vegetables each day, and these are the cheapest foods to buy and most versatile to use. Always keep the skin on where you can to retain the fibre. And you'll also want whole grain breads and pastas if possible, as these have got the fibre intact. If you can't get hold of these, white bread or normal pasta are fine as staples to feed the family, but make sure that you add fresh or frozen veg into the pasta and salad into the sandwich. Tins of beans, not just the baked beans, are good choices to fill up and provide some protein as well. If there's any chickpeas, kidney beans, butter beans, black beans, green beans, lentils, peas, or anything like that, are fantastic. And the dried beans in packets as well are even cheaper, but just take a bit longer to cook. It's these types of carbohydrates you want the most, as they retain the minerals, vitamins, and provide the fibre to keep your gut happy. Fibre is absolutely key for bowel health. So let's move on then and talk about protein, which provides the building blocks for your body and is essential for every single cell, system and organ to operate. It's protein and fibrous foods together that help keep your blood sugar levels steady during your meals. And it's when blood sugars consistently go too high, we risk developing diabetes. When thinking about your protein for a meal, you can include plenty of beans and peas, as we've just spoke about, and whole grains also provide a good source. Soya products like tofu are usually quite cheap and easy to get hold of now, and this is a brilliant source of plant protein which lends itself well to almost any meal and takes hardly any cooking at all. But it is mainly animal produce that gives the best protein sources like milk, eggs, plain yogurt and cheese. Eating cheese in smaller amounts, because it can be high in saturated fats and can clog circulation over time when consumed too much. Chicken, turkey, tuna and fish are brilliant sources of protein, and if you get oily fish like cod, sardines, mackerels and kippers, you'll also get the healthy fats as well. Tinned fish is a great choice for any meal. Make fish and poultry the mainstay of your meat intake, then red meat in smaller amounts. Fat is essential to our diet to maintain health, but it's the right type of fats that we need. Some of your protein sources will cover these, like oily fish, eggs, full fat milk and plain full-fat yogurt. Any nuts or seeds that are available are brilliant choices because they provide healthy fats, protein and fibre. If you pick up a single avocado every now and again, which are really cheap and will usually spread over a couple of meals because they're so filling, and they're really simple and easy to use, there's a 6-minute recipe bar, Cooking with John Marshall, which you can download for free. Coconut is another healthy fat, really filling and fibrous, and always cheaper when buying a whole one. Traditional butter is also good in smaller amounts. The fats we've mentioned here provide omega-3 and 6, which are 2 types of fat we've got to take in through food because our body can't make them itself. The fats to avoid are the ones you'll find in the foods I talked about earlier, like pastries, pastries, pies, cakes, crisps and so on. These really are the worst fats for your health and should be kept to an absolute minimum where possible. You always want the essential cupboard staples in so you can make a meal out of anything, including packets or tins of beans, peas and lentils, pasta, rice, bread and potatoes, oily fish like sardines, mackerel and kippers. Tins of tuna are excellent to add to most meals and very high in protein. Keep eggs as the base for any meal, and in your freezer, prioritise frozen veg than any meat such as chicken thighs. A few cheapest chips meal ideas come in here, just including 3 ingredients but have all the macronutrients you need: protein, healthy fats and fibre. If you've got any veg as extra, then just add it, because all the veg you can get in, the more the better, and it'll bulk the meal up to increase the fibre content and the vitamin C. Meal 1, a slice of wholemeal toast with a can of sardines and frozen spinach. Meal 2, rice with an egg and tomatoes. Meal 3, sweet jacket potato with a can of tuna and lettuce. Meal 4, kidney beans, mincemeat and broccoli. Meal 5 could be full fat plain yogurt with any fruit and nuts. For an extra touch to any meal, use any herbs or spices you might have, dried or fresh, and it'll bulk up the nutrient content and flavour. And if there's any you can grow yourself on the windowsill, or if you've got a community allotment where you can share, even better. I really hope this video has helped you think about what basics you need to stay healthy on a budget. Now, I've produced a second video as well on top tips to get the most out of your cash. Follow us on social media at HealthyHuman360 to be inspired and get new ideas. And don't forget to download the free Cooking with John Marshall Cheapest Chips video recipes too. These are simple budget dishes anyone can make and give you all the nutrients you need using the Healthy Human 360 method. Keep well and keep going. Take care and bye for now.